When we think about financial governance, well, there's two keywords, governance and finance. Finance, kind of generally understand, like we're talking about wealth, we're talking about money, right? Like that economic commodity. When we think about governance, well, what is governance? There's these definitions of the word itself, but I mean, understanding it by the help of a question would be a better way, right? Like, so when I think of governance, who makes the decisions? Let's answer that question. With respect to financial governance, who is making financial decisions? Who these financial decisions are being made for, right? And if you're talking about in a community setting, well, the financial decision makers are often chiefs and councils, right? Indigenous government environment, but in an economic development environment, you've got people who are sitting on boards. So they are the decision makers. Who are they making those decisions for? Well, that's typically their community members, people who they represent, either politically or on the boards of economic development corporations or even nonprofit organizations. The third fundamental question that comes to mind is how are they making those decisions? This is where the idea of having a community financial management law policy of some sort that helps you create that framework for everyone involved in this system to create that financial resiliency, encourage that good financial governance, because at the end of the day, that's what the community members are asking constantly for. This community is made up of wealth to the lands and resources, and it's all kind of recorded in our financial statements, as the lands, as buildings, as assets, and there's so many things, natural assets as an example, that's not even part of the financial statements. But imagine what would happen if you include those things in our financial statements. The world would be a very, very different place. But again, the point of financial governance is to educate people who this wealth belongs to. And in an Indigenous environment and in an Indigenous community, that is, at the end of the day, it's the community members who are the stewards of the lands and resources. They are the ones who need to understand what's coming in with respect to money, what's going out, what is the wealth of the nation, what is the nation really owing to maybe a bank or another capital institution. Think about it from a community member's perspective. Well, they're saying we've got this collective wealth. We're going to elect or appoint a leadership team, political leaders, to be the fiduciaries of this wealth, make those decisions that will help us increase this wealth incrementally for our future generations. And whether they are economic development decisions, whether they are social or cultural decisions, doesn't matter. They are the caretakers. They are the ones who are making decisions. They have to create that accountability. And how that accountability is established is through that governance framework, to a system like a law, a framework that allows people to really truly understand their roles within an organization and what they can or what they can't be doing.